Lovely to see you, Alan. Lovely to see you, Peter. Lovely to see you, Mariam. Thank you ever so much for agreeing to do this video about volunteering and to help us celebrate Volunteer Week as well. And I just wanted to ask you some questions about your volunteering experiences with us at Hull and East Riding Citizens Advice. So, Alan, talking to you first. One of the things I suppose most people will want to know is why did you want to become a volunteer?
Okay, I retired about 10 years ago, so that was the end of being a wage slave and having to earn my living. And I found after a few years that I wanted another challenge. I wanted some sort of a different group of people I could meet with. So I thought, well, why not go for volunteering? It's not a commitment. It means I can just try something. I can try several different things. So yeah, I wanted the stimulation, keep my brain going. That's it. Stop me getting feeling old. And I wanted to meet new people, a completely different environment. That was great for me. Okay.
Brilliant. Thanks ever so much, Alan. And the same question to you, Peter.
Well, when I retired about 12 years ago, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I thought, I heard about the CAB and what they did. I thought that sounds quite interesting. And with my background in banking and dealing with people, I thought I could put my that into good use. So that's why I became a volunteer, and I've been doing it now for 12 years. I thoroughly enjoy it every single day that I do it.
Brilliant, thank you. Mariam.
Right, I had a career break to be a full-time mum for a few years, and volunteering seemed like a good option to get a feel for how it would be going back to work and managing a home with kids. And then volunteering also meant that I could decide how many hours I could offer, and I could tailor it to suit my school drop-offs and pickups. And then also, like many others who are or have been stay-at-home mums and dads for a few years, or those who've had to take a career break, I just felt a bit de-skilled and lacked a bit of confidence to go back into the working world and to be around people again. So in such a season in my life, volunteering seemed like a safe platform to step out into the working world again.
Brilliant, thank you. And I think in some ways you might have answered this already, but why did you choose Citizens Advice over other volunteering opportunities? And if we come back to you, Alan, for your thoughts on that first.
Yeah, you know what? I've no idea why I choose Citizens Advice. I hadn't a clue what they did. And I suppose for me, that was part of the challenge to actually find out, well, okay, best way to do it is to volunteer and actually work for them. Yeah. So also I found that it was very flexible. I could make it, as Mariam said, suit my particular routine during the week. They offered free training, which is always good, so I get to find out more about it. And also it was a completely different environment from what I'd been used to working in the private sector. So public sector was good for me, a new challenge. And the final thing was I got to see how government actually worked with all the things like I don't know, benefits, social care, all those sorts of things. I get to find out how it actually impacted on the people that it was supposed to affect. So no, it's great, completely different. Thank you.
Brilliant, thank you. Peter, you mentioned your background in banking.
Yes, I dealt with this here on other occasions when I was working, especially those people who were in debt. And I felt that they gave a good service, not only to me, but to their own clients. So I thought, well, this will be some kind of a challenge for me. I certainly was challenged during the training, which I enjoyed. But I enjoy working in a team environment again with other people.
Yeah, yeah, brilliant. And Mariam, you wanted something to help upskill.
Yeah, upskill, and also in the other places that I had volunteered, it was actually always alongside people who had already, who I knew, or places that I knew. So it was very safe and comfortable. But on this occasion, I wanted a bit of challenge. I wanted to push myself out there because on this occasion, I was trying to actually, build my confidence and try something new and different so I can, actually get back to work. So, and also, I was also looking at doing something that was different to what I had previously done before taking that career break. So, volunteering at Citizens Advice was a good place, I felt, to learn something new.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. And the next question is, tell me a little bit about what your volunteer role includes, and who do you work with and how are you supported? So you've mentioned about the teamwork aspect of it. So if we come back to Alan again, and obviously anybody else, feel free to come in there. What does your role involve, and how are you supported, and the teamwork aspect of it?
Yes. Okay. Right. So I'm working in the general advice unit, which means it's general advice on just about everything. I can't believe the breadth of knowledge that we're supposed to have. But the thing is, you get really good support. So you've had the initial training, and while you're actually volunteering, you can still get training from the wonderful e-training service that Citizens Advice provide. You get support from the online website, which is really, really useful. It's not just a public website, it's a specialist one. And of course, every time you see a client, you need to go and see the supervisor as well, just to make sure you've covered all the bases and all the different options. You know, there's always something to learn. So yeah, no, I found the support really great, really helpful.
Thank you. Peter, you work in a different office to Alan. How
Yes,
is it?
I started off in the Hull office doing my initial training, then transferred to Beverley, which is a much smaller team of people. And it's just handy for me because I do live in Beverley, so I find that quite easy. And I'm amazed by the breadth of information that you're supposed to have when you have the client in front of you. Because I've done on occasion, and I thought that I knew the answer, but it goes much wider than that and brings in other aspects of the person's request for information. But I do enjoy the fact of being challenged, and I do actually think that I've got all the answers, but of course I haven't. But,
yeah.
But that's what the ASS is there for, to help us support you through the interviews that you have with clients to make sure that they go out happy.
Yeah, the advice session supervisor, yeah, and they're brilliant, aren't they? They're an amazing resource, the session supervisors.
They are first class. They are absolutely first class, I have to say that. Anything that you want to know, they will go through it with you.
Yeah, they're encyclopedic, aren't they?
Yeah. Just frightening how much knowledge that they have.
Yeah. Fantastic, thank you, Peter. And Mariam, you work in a different office as well.
Yeah, I work from the Hull office as a generalist advisor, and I work with a team of other advisors. So we are a bunch of mostly volunteers and a few paid staff. I myself, at the moment, I work as a paid staff. I started off as a volunteer, what I find amazing is we, as a team, have easy access to other services and other specialists projects at Citizens Advice. So, you have easy access to call, other supervisors. Within our team, we have a great team of supervisors who all of them are so approachable and very accessible. And the fact that during this pandemic, we could also, contact our other supervisors at the East Riding offices. I found that amazing that everyone is actually so approachable and supportive. They just help you do your job well, and it feels good. And you're never left alone to do your job. There's a good team. So it's a very supported role, actually.
Brilliant, thank you. So the next question is what has your experience of volunteering at Citizens Advice been like? And I suppose in some ways you've given quite a very positive portrayal of that by the support that you've been given. Is there anything else that you want to add to that, Alan, in answering that question?
No, I think when I volunteered to start with, I was very nervous because it is such a wide field. So, you know, you're trembling. This isn't just play acting, it's not observation, this is real life. So I must admit I was nervous at first. But as my two colleagues have said, the environment is so helpful and so supportive that, you know, immediately you thought you were getting into something that you couldn't deal with. You could go and see the supervisor or look online. So no, that was a great experience. And I think the other one, which Mariam mentioned, was the teamwork. It's just wonderful how, you know, with some quite difficult questions, you'll find two supervisors actually discussing it amongst themselves. So it makes you realise how complex some of the issues are, which I hadn't realised. So no, it's been a great experience. The teamwork's amazing, the support's amazing. And I've just got a whole admiration for the supervisors because they're dealing with complex areas of the law sometimes. There are emotional issues from the clients, so that's quite stressful. COVID hasn't helped, of course, because we're all working from home with all the technical issues. So no, I found it a great environment. It's been really good. Yeah, I would miss it. If I didn't have it, I'm addicted.
Okay. Can I quote you on that? Yeah. Thank you. Peter, have you got anything to add?
Well, it's a bit like what Alan just said, really. I've learned a lot about the law, etc., and what I can do myself to help people. It's difficult when you can't give the right answers to the questions that you're asked, but you still get over that with experience. But I've enjoyed the challenge of it, and every time that I come into work, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
Because you never know what's going to walk through the front door.
No, one of my colleagues who started out as a volunteer in one of the other offices, she describes it as being like in goal. You never quite know which way it's going to come.
You think that you know what they're in for, but you sure as well don't when you start asking the questions.
Yeah, definitely.
You think, oh, well, wish I'd asked that question. No, I don't know the answer to that. But there's always someone there to help you through it.
Definitely, the supervisors are there. Yeah, you've got to ask the questions, haven't you? Because I always say you can't leave a stone unturned, can you?
No, you can't.
You've got to look underneath, and you've got to chase everything down to find out. Otherwise, the client won't be helped and fully supported. Sometimes
it's difficult to get people to open up to you, but and there's some things I get told that I don't need to know, especially with the issues on relationships.
Yeah.
But on the whole, it's been good fun.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it and continue to enjoy it as well. Yeah. Mariam, is there anything that you would like to add?
Yeah, for me, volunteering was very different to what I actually imagined. Now, in addition to what Alan and Peter had to say, I would say that, you know, being part of this team, I felt that, you know, no matter what your role was, everyone was there with one common motive. It was with a desire to help.
Yeah.
And it just feels good to be part of such a team where everyone's actually there to help someone else.
Yeah.
And as a team, because for me, having stayed at home with the kids, you know, for going back and being in a workplace, it just felt good that, you know, everyone respects the fact that we all have our own experience to bring to the service, and each and every staff is appreciated for whatever they have to offer.
Yeah.
And we all come from such diverse backgrounds. You know, some of us probably have been out of work for some time. Some others, like my colleagues here, they've been, you know, in work and have then retired. So everyone has a wealth of knowledge to offer, and it just makes for a great workplace, actually. And the job in itself, I find it very fulfilling and satisfying, because at the end of the day, it just feels good that you were able to listen and help someone at the end of the day. So it's a fulfilling job at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Feels good at the end of the day having done it.
Good, brilliant. I'm pleased you feel like that. It's we like working here, so, and the fact that you guys like being here as well is good. My next one is, what would you say to someone considering volunteering with us? So somebody who's considering following in your footsteps, what would you say to them, Alan?
I'd be very positive about it. Give it a go. You know, you can only try it. You're not signing some document for life. It's not a jail sentence, so why not give it a go? You can go and talk to the volunteer manager, talk to them about what it is. You can actually observe interviews to see what the advisors get up to. And of course, you can start the training. So why not give it a go? I would absolutely recommend it. Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant, thank you. Peter?
Well, I think that if someone has a burning desire to help people and can use their expertise in their working life and also the private life in that, I say just give it a go. I've recently introduced a friend to Citizens Advice, and she's enjoying herself.
Yeah.
Wish I'd done this earlier.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel sometimes. I wish I'd done that and not wasted. No, well, not wasted the first few years of my retirement, but I wish I'd done this as well.
Yeah.
So I would say just go for it and see how it pans out.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah, great, thank you. Mariam, what would you say?
I would say that, you know, if you have the time, give it a go. You will be supported and you'll be given ample training to do this job. So you don't need any specific qualifications to, you know, have a go at volunteering at Citizens Advice. And then on this job, you're never left alone to do it or face it all on your own. You will always be supported by your supervisors. And also because of the nature of this job, actually you're learning a lot of it on the job. Like every day is a school day, because everyone's experience, every client that comes to us has a very different set of issues or queries. And, you know, so you just learn on the job, and, you know, you have to tailor the advice and support to that person. So it's quite specific. So you're supported to, you know, do that job and to give that advice. And I would say an advantage to volunteering is that, you know, you can take that long holiday if you want to, or even take time off to be with your kids at home during term break, and you don't feel guilty, and you have a workplace to come back to. You haven't lost your place there. You can always come back, you know, to volunteer after that holiday and after that school break. So yeah, give it a go.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. And my last question to all of you is, faced with volunteering again, would you do it again? Would you come to us again if you were stood with your application form? Would you do this again?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I should have done it 10 years ago. When I retired, I should have gone straight into it. No,
Yeah.
I'll do it again every time.
Brilliant. And Peter, you've already said you wish you'd done it earlier.
Yes, definitely. Go for it. You'll enjoy
Brilliant.
it.
Thank you. And Mariam, would you?
Definitely. You know, I now understand how invaluable it is to the service to have staff to be able to, you know, serve the community, you know, through Citizens Advice, because we serve the community. It's free, isn't it? And it's a confidential service. And to be able to do that, we need staff to be able to support the community. So yes, definitely, yes, I would do it again. I would definitely.
Brilliant. Thank you ever so much. Thank you.